Welcome back to Twin Terror. I'm Gary, and this is Not David and Little Lemonhead. Hey, some interesting developments going on with Pam Bondi there. Former Attorney General Pam Bondi, who's fired for not being corrupt enough. This is the political environment that we now live in, right? You didn't break enough rules. You didn't do everything I told you. I'm afraid I'm gonna have to fire you. So Pam Bondi had been subpoenaed by the House Oversight Committee to come and testify about the Epstein documents. And the Department of Justice or the had fired back saying that, well, since she's no longer the Attorney General, she doesn't have to testify. And the House Oversight Committee's like, wait a minute, it doesn't quite work like that. Nancy Mace put a message out on X that said, Pam Bondi cannot escape accountability simply because she no longer holds the office of Attorney General. Our motion to subpoena Pam Bondi, which was passed by the Oversight Committee, was for Bondi by name, not the Attorney General, not by title. She will still have to appear before the Oversight Committee. So they will be reaching out to Pam Bondi's personal lawyer. Lawyers getting lawyers, right? And she will have to risk contempt of Congress. And Nancy Mace has said that she will find her in contempt of Congress if she refuses to come in and answer the subpoena. Now, what's curious about that, and what I'd like to see what's going to happen is, as you recall, Steve Bannon served 4 months for contempt of Congress. And then the Supreme Court just recently overturned the appellate court ruling. I'm not exactly sure what the Supreme Court ruled, because every time I try and find something on it, it doesn't give a reason why they overturned the appellate court ruling. But basically what it allows is the original federal court judge to reevaluate the sentencing, which is kind of moot because he's already served the sentence. So it's kind of just for, it doesn't mean really anything as far as Steve Bannon. He's already done his time. But it's kind of one of those things there, is that a dog whistle to Pam Bondi where she can just say, hey, look, so I don't show up. What are they going to hold me in contempt of Congress and try to sentence me to prison because I won't go? They dismissed Steve Bannon's conviction, so they'll dismiss mine. So it's curious to see how that's going to work. I'm not blind squirrel. Maybe you could set me straight as to why this subpoena would have more teeth than the one that was used against Steve Bannon. I don't understand what's going on with that. But if it turns out the subpoena and the contempt of Congress has no teeth, then I wouldn't expect Pam Bondi to show up. Why? Why would she want to? So let's take a look at that. Let's look at the energy around that, around Pam Bondi, her attorney, and the subpoena, and whether or not she'll actually answer to the subpoena or just risk contempt of Congress for entertainment purposes only. Hope you're all having a great day. All right, so what do we need to know about Pam Bondi and her attorney? What are they thinking about this whole situation? Okay, you got 5 of Wands. It's crazy times. Okay, so there's just all sorts of actions going on, confusions. Certainly that's what's going on in my mind when I'm trying to figure out if she's actually going to show up and testify before the House Oversight Committee. So you got the 5 of Wands. Just they're relying on all the chaos around them. The challenge is Trump doesn't want her to go. He doesn't want her to testify, and he's generating a lot of chaos to slow some of the stuff down and keep Congress busy, with Operation Epstein Fury. Energy underneath it is the Star. She could be the star witness and he doesn't want her going. That's certainly the case. Um, in the past, she was the Queen of Wands. She was doing all the actions for the King of Cups. Current energy is the Eight of Wands. These are actions being communicated to her. This could also be, sometimes it's called missiles. It could be they were, maybe they were hoping that the war in Iran was going to derail this a bit longer. I mean, certainly they've been taking actions to remove her as Department of Justice head, which would create the confusion that, or more confusion than it didn't create as much confusion as they hoped. Overarching energy, Queen of Cups. Right now, it's keeping a lid on your emotions. I mean, she's got to be terrified about testifying in front of the House Oversight Committee. You talk about not a place where you don't want to be caught lying, right? And she has been double talking and making contradictory terms. And it's like the last time she testified, all she had was a burn book. She didn't have any answers, right? So, she's scared. She doesn't want to do it. She's scared. Trump doesn't want her to do it. Lesson to be learned is the magician. It's about manifesting a result. I don't think she's going to do it. What's the outcome? Outcome is the world. The end of the cycle, the completion of a cycle. How is she feeling about this? She certainly doesn't want to do it. I wonder if the magician card is the Supreme Court ruling. Is it referring to the Supreme Court ruling saying, hey, the Department of Justice wants to dismiss the charges or whatever, reverse the charges or exonerate Steve Bannon. Let me look the exact wording that they used. Stand by. Yeah, the Supreme Court ruling is expected to lead to the dismissal of his criminal conviction for refusing to testify to Congress. So maybe she's hoping for that same, that Supreme Court is going to deliver that same sort of precedence for her, and then she could put this whole situation behind her. That's what I think that's kind of what I'm getting from her. Will she ultimately end up testifying? That's really the question, isn't it? God, it's the corruption is so brazen, right? I mean, they don't even bother hiding it anymore. It's just out there. It's like they dare you to do something. It's you could go look at how they handled all of the folks that they rounded up with the ICE raids, and they put them on a military jet and fly them to El Salvador. Due process? Make us stop and give due process. The plane's already left. The planes are in international waters. The plane's already landed. We don't know where they are. We don't have an agreement with El Salvador. Sorry. It's just the corruption and the thumbing your nose at the institutions and the lack of decorum. It's just, I mean, it's one thing to just have an ideological disagreement, not being aligned ideologically. This is just a giant FU to the institutions of the United States, the Constitution, the branches of government, the separation of church and state, the checks and balances, the will of the people. I mean, it's just, it's so awful. We're definitely gonna, when we get our opportunity to put this back together again after the toddler is done destroying everything, we're going to have to make it toddler proof. Because no one ever thought a toddler would be elected president twice. All right, so ultimately, will she testify? Let's just take a quick look. Is she going to testify? You got the strength card. Oh. Okay, that's Trump telling her to be strong. Don't do it.
doesn't want to do it, not happy at all about having to do it, and not happy with the offers, the things that are being offered. My gut feeling is she's just going to say, no, I'm not doing it. They're going to delay. If she goes there, it's going to be the burn book. That she won't give him anything because Trump doesn't want her to. I don't know why she would be loyal to him. He fired her. She wanted to stick around till summer. He's like, no, you gotta go. Unless I'm misinterpreting what this Four Cups is. I mean, the Four Cups is not being happy with what's in front of you, what your choices that you're being given. And there's a choice coming. Yeah, I just don't think she's gonna do it. That's from what I'm seeing on this. I don't think she's gonna do it. I could be wrong. Won't be the first time. Won't be the last. Hey, one other thing that's we did the Taco Tuesday with Marina last night. I record this. It's Wednesday. It's 8 o'clock at night on April the 8th. And Marina kind of joked that the Israel would break the ceasefire by Thursday. She was so optimistic. I mean, I guess technically the ceasefire is still in place, but Israel's still bombing. I believe they're bombing Beirut, and they're saying, "Well, they're not part of the agreement. No one said that this was between the United States and Iran, and no one ever said we had to stop bombing Beirut and Hezbollah." Iran's also suggesting that they're going to put a toll, if you will, on the Strait of Hormuz of $1 per barrel of oil payable in crypto, which is just like, oh my God, that's crazy. Because crypto, in theory, it's not traceable, so they can. It's Israel attacking Lebanon. So, I mean, it's not traceable. And I'm not sure how many barrels of oil. I guess let me look see how many barrels of oil are on a tanker. Stand by. Okay, so a tanker holds 2 to 4 million barrels of oil. Iran's wants to impose a $1 per barrel toll payable in Bitcoin on tankers crossing the Strait of Hormuz. So every tanker is going to be 2 to 4 million bucks. Call it 3 million bucks. I mean, I don't know how heavy the traffic is going to be. It's going to be over the next 2 weeks while this ceasefire is in place. But let's say there's 50 tankers a day. I think that they said that the traffic going through the strait was about 100 ships a day. So let's say it was 50 was oil tankers at 3 million a tanker. So that's $150 million a day times 14 days. 1.5 billion plus about $2 billion roughly. It could be as much as call it $2 to $4 billion that if the tankers start moving freely through the strait again, that Iran will generate in Bitcoin. So I'm sure that's sending the Bitcoin stocks up. I wonder if they'll use Trump's favorite Bitcoin as a nod to the president. So let's take a look at that. That's kind of interesting. Will Iran be able to charge $1 per barrel Bitcoin toll on ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz? Okay, you got the Nine of Wands. They've taken a lot of damage in battle and need some way to pay for it. This is just a new action that they can take. It will bring some prosperity that they can bring back into their coffers. They need to do something quickly to generate money because they got a whole bunch of stuff they need to replace and they've only got 2 weeks to do it. And the demand for oil, people are very unhappy with the United States attacking Iran and Iran closing down the Strait of Hormuz. And this is an opportunity to leverage the unhappiness that the world is feeling about this. Man, I'll tell you that I could totally see that happening.
Totally see that happening. The other thing that made me go, huh? Talk about things that make you go. Um, Trump was talking about partnering with Iran on the Strait of Hormuz. I mean, never one to miss on a grift. And it's just like, you cannot be serious. Trump is looking at this like, don't worry, I didn't, don't be mad that I killed off your whole government and bombed the crap out of your country. We can do business together and make lots of money. He probably wants a cut of this crypto for the oil tankers going through. I mean, I kind of wonder what the Iranians were thinking when I don't know if Trump actually proposed that or if it was just one of his concepts of a plan. But it's just like, yeah, you know what, Donald, that's a great idea. Why don't you go over personally to Tehran and negotiate with the government, the Iranian government, about that? Bring your cabinet with you, maybe some family members. Just all go over there. They'll treat you like royalty. Was Trump serious? Does he really think the Iranians would want to partner with him on the Strait of Hormuz? Entertainment purposes only. Someone wants defending your actions. I think what he in his twisted mind, I think he's like, yeah, well, I ended the hostilities between us, and now look, we're making money together. This is like, in his mind, it's a great opportunity to make money, defend, take actions against the people that have been taking actions against us. We can make lots of money doing this. We're governments. We can, it's only business. Don't take these things personally. But it's part of his part of his level of crazy. And underneath it is the world just coming to the end of the cycle. I think it's just, I truly don't think he understands that the Iranians, this is not just business. They're not just looking at things like he does, where you evaluate how much money you can make on something. That they've got other principles that maybe they are more deeply rooted for them. And that's just what that moon card is. It's just foreign to him. Why wouldn't you want to partner with me and make lots of money? It's crazy times. I have no words. I absolutely have no words about that. Anyways, I hope you're all having a great day. It's crazy times. I mean, you gotta laugh or cry, right? And I don't feel like crying, so I'll just laugh at the absurdity of it. It's just nuts. I want to give a thank you to Robin Davis. Thank you, Robin, who made another kind contribution to the channel. Robin, you've been such a continuous supporter of the channel, and thank you so much. And you are my empress today. You've really taken care of Dave and I, and we truly appreciate you. And then how about a card for the rest of us? Perfect card, the Queen of Cups. It's come up a couple of times. It's all about, you just gotta try not to wear your emotions too much on your sleeve. There is so much going on. There's so much to get outraged about. And we just have to do our best to be positive, to know that ultimately this is part of the plan to make things better. And it's like Dave was talking the other night. I think it was on our I don't know if it was our video or if it was the Taco Tuesday, where he was talking about, you got the monkey paw and you got the wishes from the monkey paw, and
if you wish, I wish I had $10 million, and the monkey paw grants the wish, and you get the $10 million, but the way you ended up getting it was because you got involved in some like horrendous accident that uh, killed off all your family members and left you crippled. Well, here you go. You got your 10 million at least. You know, you'll have to use it for uh, medical care for the rest of your life because you're going to be alone and in pain. But hey, you got your 10 million. So it's one of those things you got to be careful what you wish for. And I think at this point, we just need to do the best we can to put positivism out there, and just have faith, that God's got this. We don't know what the plan is. We will not understand why we're having to do this until after it's in our rearview mirror. And then we'll be like, oh, that's why. Some of us have learned. Some of us are ready. Some of us have been ready to move away from the age of ego. And other people are still learning. It's a group assignment, and we just need more of the group to join in. Having said that, it looks like we're getting there. The 14th district in Georgia, the Republicans still won Marjorie Taylor Greene's seat, but Sean Harris closed the gap. Trump won that district by 37 points, and Sean Harris, he lost to Clay. I forget what Clay's last name is. He only lost by 12 points. He cut two-thirds. Two-thirds of that majority got wiped out. And if Trump puts boots on the ground, even more of that majority. And that's about as deep ruby red in Georgia as you get. And you're getting to the point where the independents and the less MAGA Republicans are like, enough. I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. So it's just a matter of getting more of those people in the general election saying, enough of this madness. We need normalcy again, decorum, respect, and maybe we can finally turn this ship around. But man, the harshness of the lesson that we're having to go through to get there is just mind blowing. Anyways, hope you're all having a great day. We'll catch you soon. Take care. Bye.